Hi, this is Danny Doyle. Welcome back to my Fire Emblem 4 0% growths playthrough. And we are at the part of the run that I've kind of been dreading the most. And it has nothing to do with a lack of growths. It is entirely because this is really bad map design. We are about to enter the Spirit Forest. And people complain about desert maps. At least in desert maps, you usually have a flyer by then. Mages are, in a lot of games, not slowed down by the sand. A well-designed desert map often has areas that don't have sand in them. Like in Sacred Stones, the southern half of the map has no sand. In the Spirit Forest, that's not the case. It's not a desert, but it might as well be one. Everyone only moves one or two tiles. Since most of your units are on horseback, they're going to be slowed even more than they would normally be. It's ridiculous. In addition to that, if you want to just sort of like Sigurd Stomp, you can't exactly do that because you need to send Lex up to get the Brave Axe, which is here. You need to send Aideen to recruit Jamka, who is hanging out in the Spirit Forest. Actually, let's, what are we at? Nah. Is there anyone I want to send into the arena? I guess Do, potentially. Still haven't decided who I'm going to be giving his money to. And Ira, I guess. Swordmaster promos, I mean, I don't think she's getting there, but yeah, Sequan, despite being like a high move unit, he's only moving 2 squares. I guess Do moves 3, but like, what are you gonna frontline with Do? Sigurd's got way more gold than he needs. I mean, I could say Ethlyn. I kind of want to save some for Ratchasis, who shows up next chapter so she can get like the return staff and stuff. Oh, I could move Ethlyn just so that I can get the return staff, speaking of. But yeah, it's obnoxious in a lot of different ways, and there's no real upside. Again, you don't have a flyer at this point. You get a Pegasus Knight next chapter, but like, it's a real fun killer too, because up until now you've had a bunch of really high move units, and you've just been like having a grand old time throwing your horses at people. I know desert maps are kind of supposed, or I think about the Spirit Forest like it's a desert map. I know they're kind of supposed to allow you to emphasize the non-horse units in. It's supposed to be the opportunity for your infantry to shine. Like I deployed Maya and Zehark in the FE9 desert map, and Soren, but he wasn't affected by terrain. But in this one, like, who are your infantry units? Who would be less slowed down? You have Do, you have Arden, you have Azel. Hooray. Oh, you have Ira, I guess. Like, this would kind of be Ira's chance to shine, I guess, because she has Weapon Triangle over all these guys, but I don't think Ira needs a chance to shine. People who love her already love her just because Sword Girl. It's hard not to love a sword girl. Like I said, even on my first playthrough, I was like, hell yeah, girl power. Love this bitch. So we're gonna slowly crawl. I guess Ira is unintentionally frontlining. I kind of want to avoid. Quan can hang out with her because he's already married, but I kind of want to avoid well, no, actually, I don't care for the most part. I don't want Do to get paired with her. Oh, I don't want that talk. That builds love points. I don't want Do to get paired with her because Do has a future wife waiting for him. But other than that, I guess Ira can get a husband. She's gonna bite the dust anyway. Doesn't matter super, super much. I think it is Lex can give her the Brave Sword. As long as she's not married before I get the Brave Sword. Lex and Jamka, I think, can give her the Brave Sword. I forget who the other person is. Maybe it's Holland? But I get the Brave Sword if she is still single by a certain point. There's not a huge risk of her not being single by then. 12 kills. I would like to get the Silver Sword up to 50 before I get the Brave Sword, just so I don't have to worry too much about like balancing between which one of these busted weapons do I want to get a kill on. Let's actually let's get some more gold on Dew. Well, he's nearing I don't actually know if I necessarily want that, because he's getting pretty close to the gold cap. 11 hit. Yeah, this is fine. So yeah, this is Ira's time to shine. Hooray. I want to make sure she doesn't kill Jamka, which is why it might be wise to actually kind of frontline with Dew, just because he deals no damage. Could warp Madeir. Kind of want to leave everyone up here, like, give me more options. I mean, more options in quotation marks. Do I really have options if no one can reach anything? But at the very least, like, having access to, I don't know, a 2-move no-ish lets me move no-ish 2 tiles. Hooray. I guess, yeah, I don't think it's likely that Ira's going to completely clear the path. She'll get a couple of kills. Like, she's killing this guy, and she might trigger Astra, which is... Again, she can't critical because her Iron Blade doesn't have a large number of kills on it. But Astra would function... Okay, good. Astra would function kind of like an unfortunate crit chance. Oh, right, I forgot. You can't move through those dark green trees, but the bad guys can. Because that's fun and fair and balanced. 22... 0 hit. Lovely. Lovely. So yes, the Spirit Forest is time for Dew and Ira to show what they're worth. Slowly make a Dean's Way up there, and I don't even know that I'm going to bother moving most of these scrubs. At least for now. I'd like Ethlyn to be able to return Jamka and Ira at least, because they haven't gotten to Arena. And I don't care about her getting experience to promote, because it doesn't affect anything that she passes down. I mean, it gets her another point of movement, but it's not, in my opinion, worthwhile enough to sort of grind up the return staff. Okay, good. He cannot walk on the dark green forest. I didn't think so because he becomes a playable unit, but Kaga's done some weird stuff, so I didn't know if perhaps... There we go. Give me your money. I didn't know if perhaps he had made it so that Jamka can walk on the forest but loses the ability when he becomes a blue unit or something stupid. This is actually kind of a cool Silver Sword machine we've got going on. Give me your money, and then suicide onto Sigurd. have to double check. What is the money cap for FE4? I think it's 30,000. Let me double check. Because Dew is, I mean, he's at 30,000 now. I'm pretty sure, oh no, it's 50,000. Okay. So, I can just unload a big lump sum onto someone. Possibly Finn, honestly. Javelin. Attack of 22. They could both hit him from that square, so I think what we'll do is just that. To let him buy some, like, rings or something. And we'll send Lex up as well, because he's the hand axe. Plus, he, like, does need to keep going north. I was looking into, like, comparing more between Jamka and Midir, because in a vanilla playthrough, Midir is better. The stat difference isn't significant enough to make up for the Hork's difference. But here, while there's only a 2 difference in strength and, what is it in terms of speed? I mean, speed is pretty significant. That's 5 points of speed. Promo bonuses, sniper promo bonuses are significantly better than Arch Knight promo bonuses, which is what Midir promotes into. Arch Knights get like 2 strength and 1 speed or something ridiculous, whereas snipers get 5. Oh no, I don't want that. I in fact, I want you to like, I want you to not be like near each other. Tight quarters, managing lovers. Trying to stop all of my little horny high school students from holding hands with each other. Arden's down there in the back, just sad about being single. I love Arden's characterization, how he like, he's very funny and goofy, and he gets upset that he doesn't have a girlfriend, and then that gives him the power of pursuit, which doesn't even help him if you leave it on him. Like, you don't want to leave it on him, you want to give it to someone who's going to see combat. But even if for some reason you decided, I would like to use Arden in combat, like, it gives him the ability to double, except for he's an armor knight, so he doesn't actually have the ability to double. Oh no. I would like you not to, I would like you not to, thank you. So because, oh my god, so because I didn't want to park Ideen next to, oh my god, because I didn't want to park Ideen next to Midir for 1 chapter, or for 1 turn, now I have to deal with another turn of Jamka, which isn't a big deal. Like, I'll just remove everyone from his range and clog with Sigurd, and I don't think he's smart enough to run away, but it is just kind of amusing and annoying. Here, you hang out over here. You're gonna fall in love anyway, and then she'll tragically die. Oof. It feels like a little bit of a waste giving Finn money, like this huge lump sum. I would love to give to Ratchesis, because she's going to need to just constantly be repairing the return staff. You know what? I think I will hang on to it for Ratchesis. I wish you could divvy it up. I wish you could decide, like, I want to give 5,000 to so-and-so so they can afford this ring or something. But I think I would like to save that giant lump sum for Ratchesis, or Latchesis. I forget which one is the official translation. I've heard both. As I stated earlier, I'm more familiar with the old translation patch. Okay. Okay. So this choke point isn't really working. I don't think you get anything from this combo. I know you can't get love points because Sigurd only has eyes for Deirdre. There we go. Okay, so here's Jamka. I briefly looked over his stats. He is the only killer weapon in the game. There's no killing edge or killer axe or any of that. There's just the killer bow. And it doesn't, I mean, it technically increases the critical rate because it increases it from 0 to existent. Let's take him out for a spin. Hell yeah. He has a bit of a, so he has a lot of doubling based skills. Like, he has Pursuit, obviously, but he also has Adept and Accost. There's a very good chance that he'll attack more than once, even when he's not supposed to. Just because of the number of skills that he has. And oh, no. Okay, good. A little bit of chip experience. Send Lex up here. Send Dude down. I'll keep Ira here for now. Again, just options. There we go. Dude Man's trying to attack my Ethlin. Doesn't know about my critical. Well, no critical. Yeah, I realized that as soon as I ended player phase, but also I've got Midir, I've got Azel, I've got... I don't know if that's Alec or Noish, but I'm not too terribly worried about taking care of that guy and him being a threat to her. 21, 8, 18, 1, and he probably doubles because, of course he doubles, he's an axe fighter. Axe weight is stupid in this game. There we go. No damage on retaliation. Perfect. Now, do any of these guys... Let's see. Let's attack him with the javelin and then remember to equip the Iron Lance. It is very easy to just sort of forget that you are allowed to re-equip after cantoing. So yes, if possible, I would like to get Jamka promoted. He starts at level 6, so he has 14 levels to go. His combat is pretty good, so he's definitely going to be doing work in the arena. And he gets pretty significant promo bonuses. Plus he gets free access to the killer bow, which is not as big a deal as a lot of people think because pawn shop exists, but having it is still good. Like, it's a little bit of money management that he doesn't have to do in order to use his best weapon. It is unfortunate I'm not going to be getting the Brave Bow in Generation 1. In order to get the Brave Bow, you have to marry Ideen to one of the archers. Her four sort of, like, canon people that she falls in love with are Azel, Claude, Jamka, Midir. Jamka and Midir, if she falls in love with them, she gets the... or they get the Brave Bow. And if she falls in love with Claude or Azel, she gets the Rescue Staff. Oh, that's unfortunate. Not unexpected, but unfortunate. And she has a high love growth with Dew as well. Like I said, everyone joins Sigurd's army because they have the hots for Azel. But it feels slightly less canon than the other two, simply because there is no simply because there is no item that you get for accomplishing it, which you don't get an item for accomplishing a lot of the relationships, but the ones that you do, or the ones where their children are confirmed in Thracia, feel slightly more canon, in quotation marks, to me. Obviously, you can pair whoever you want with whoever you want. That's one of the fun things about FE4, is you just sort of get to do what you want to do. Oh, Jamka. Not showing off your dodge skills. 22 to 8. We'll just send you down. I kind of want him for this portion as well, because everyone has bows, so he actually gets an enemy phase, and then the two people who don't, like, they're Steelix brigands, he can kill them on player phase. (22, 8, 52 hits. Should be fine. Attack Iron Axe, 24, 8, attack Steel Axe. There we go. Ba-boom. But then I am eventually going to use the return staff to send him back to the home castle for the arena. You can arena in any castle, but it's just faster to use the return staff to send him home, because I would like a healer there for when I grind. I'm going to do the arena grind probably mostly off camera. If something interesting happens, I might record it, but I think it's less interesting than watching the map gameplay, because it is just very, do you get the correct RNG? Move Jamka out of the way to stop building love points. So you passively build love with all of the opposite gender characters just by being out in the map, but then you gain a bonus of, I believe it's +5 per turn if you're standing next to each other, which is why Jamka and Ideen being next to each other is less than ideal, because they actually have a pretty decent growth in general, and they have some events that allow you to boost it as well, but I am not going to be triggering any of those events. Or I don't know if Jamka and Ideen have any events, actually. I know Midir and Ideen have one in this map that I've been intentionally avoiding. It's a little bit unfortunate. It's not the worst thing in the world to put people together. It's just a matter of, I'm going to be taking these maps pretty slow anyway, which kinda, it gives the potential for people who I don't want to fall in love to end up falling in love with each other, and that can be bad. I'm not even going to move the people who don't matter at this point, because I think Jamka can take out that entire squad himself, and I want to feed kills to Finn, which is why he's going up there. I'm not worried about the boss. There's a very sort of like easy intentional cheese for the boss, and that is in the form of Deirdre, who just joined us. We get Deirdre for a little bit. We don't get her for a long time, but she has a silent staff, and she even says in the cutscene, like, hey, use the silent staff on this boss, and then he can't attack you. Is it even worth it to get I guess the magic ring on Azel temporarily is worth it. I am eventually going to be giving it to Lewin, because, I mean, 2 reasons. One, he's a dad, so he can pass it down with inheritance, and Azel is going to stay single, dies a virgin, womp womp, no kids. But Lewin also just gets really, really busted promotion gains. Plus he gets Forseti, which is a 30 might tome. Do I want to move Quan? Sure, why not? So if I can find a way to easily feed the kill to Azel, I will, just because he gets the +5 magic for next chapter could be potentially useful. But if I can't, like, I'll just give it to someone who needs money. Like, I guess Jamka for repairing the killer bow. He won't have too much trouble getting through the arena initially, but it might be a little bit of a problem when he stops leveling up. Send Lex up for the axe. Send Ethlyn up. Send Quan up. Send Ideen up. But yeah, if you silence the boss, I think it's 5 turns. He just can't attack because he's a magic user. And in some games, you actually cannot silence a boss. Like a Gate or a Throne denies you from... Oh, don't do that. Denies you from being allowed to do that. But not in this game. Killer bow, 2 kills. Silver sword, 14 kills. I don't think I'm going to get the silver sword to 50 on time, quote unquote. In fact, do I even care? I care a little bit. The Spirit Forest is the worst. Like, just when you think you're out of it, you get past that first checkpoint, or choke point, and suddenly, nope, there's a ton of other trees. I mean, you could see them, it's not a surprise, it's just obnoxious. At least I don't have to trug Lex through there anymore. And I'm only trugging Finn because I'm torturing myself. I have to send her for return purposes. I have to send him... I don't have to send him, but I want to send him for potential magic ring purposes. I have to send Sigurd because that's how you seize. And I have to send Deirdre because she has to be close enough to the boss to silence him. The boss also has Fenrir, which attacks at 10 range. So it very much is just supposed to be, hey, silence him. You don't want to deal with this guy. I think silence is also a 10 range, so it's very much like a before stepping into... Come on. When are you going to start moving? I guess I have to silence the dude. Okay, so I can put Jemka next to Deirdre. Oh yeah, I don't know if you missed the wedding, but Sigurd and Deirdre are married now. So congratulations, I guess. Fun fact about the Brave Axe. Lex actually does not get it unless he has his original Iron Axe in his inventory. I don't know if that's necessarily a fun fact, because some people might... I mean, I feel like you're going to miss it if you're playing blind anyway. There's no reason to march Lex out to this peninsula. It looks a little bit suspicious, but in Fire Emblem, that often just means there's a secret shop there. There we go. Staff, silence, this guy. I'm probably going to be using more than one use of silence, but it's not a big deal because I'm selling it off of her anyway. So the way that repairing weapons, selling weapons works, purchasing a broken weapon is not, purchasing a broken weapon is like 100 gold, so you lose a little bit by selling, like trading a broken item between each other, but otherwise you'd be paying the full amount anyway. And Deirdre's gold does not matter because she's sticking around for exactly 1 chapter. I wish we could keep her longer. Like 14 magic is pretty cool, and she has the circlet, which gives her miracle and renewal. Renewal is gain HP every turn. Miracle, we've shown off how cool that can be with Finn in the forest. Get back here. I don't know if I will need her in the arena for arena grinding, but I want to have that option. I don't know why I kept moving her forward. I guess, like, the potential of healing Finn and Jamka was something that... Oh, God. Oh, God, Finn. That's, like, the worst health for you to be at, because no miracle. Okay, that's the best health for you to be at, because very good miracle. I might send Deirdre through the arena just so she can donate her winnings to Sigurd, because since they're married, they share money now. But again, all the arena stuff is probably going to happen unrecorded. I might show off at the end what ends up happening. Level up for Jamka. I love how the map animation dodges work in this game, where they just jump like 50 feet in the air. Yoink! But yes, this is Jamka's introduction, and what a fucking introduction it is. He's not going to perform this well in general, both because he's an archer, so unless he's going up a group like this, specifically tailored to be attacked by archers, he's not going to have a very good enemy phase. And more importantly, perhaps, is that much like Azel in the prologue, like, he started in a good position. He started, if he had to walk all the way from here, like, he would be behind the knights at so many points. Anyway, let's get the Brave Axe. It was called the Hero Axe in the old patch, but not anymore. There we go. Took care of one axe bro. I'll be curious as to what level he ends up at the end of all this. Can you can't reach, you can, okay. Because you can't get to him in time. So maybe we'll do this. Because she is Miracle. Yeah, we'll just use her to form a wall. Not optimal. Like, it would be nice if all these guys decided to attack Jamka. Their AI is weird. So yeah, this guy's going for Sigurd. I mean, a silver sword kill is fine. They might decide to attack Sigurd, at least some of them, because they don't get countered. I left the javelin on Finn to discourage, but I think with 1 HP, I'd rather just wall up. Yeah, so like, they're attacking Jamka, even though there's a squishy little mage that they could be killing. I guess they don't want to piss off Sigurd by attacking his wife. Maybe they heard the news. And they're like, fuck, I don't want to piss off the silver sword guy. He's supposed to be really, really powerful. Oh, alright, animation. Don't see it very often, but it's pretty cool. I mean, I guess in Gen 2 with Julia, but... And anyone else for an archer? No, you already moved. Just do that. Ba-boom! How many turns of silence do we have left? 3? 4. Okay. You know what? No, we'll heal you. We'll heal you. Thought about doing a return, but then he'd lose money in the base. It's a whole thing. I think I've given up on getting a Zelda magic ring. I think I'm just gonna charge. And like, it is a little bit silly to be killing like bow fighters or hunters with the silver sword, but money's not a huge issue. I don't know. Sigurd can repair the silver sword and see that guy like I don't understand FE4 AI. At least we get to see more Jamka jumps. Boing. I wonder if I can feed the boss to Jamka. I think I'd probably rather... I don't know. I mean, if I can get it on him, I might as well. It's a pretty high-level enemy. I am in a little bit of a time crunch because of the silence, but... Because I don't know. How do you deal with him? 28, 8 times 2, 40. Sure, let's do that. What? Bro. Maybe you can perform slightly better. Come on, trigger skill. Ooh. Ba-boom. Yeah, what level are you right now? You're 9 compared to 10. I mean, it's not a huge EXP gain. Send you up to eventually warp Jamka when that's finished. How long do we have now? 2 turns of silence. Because the magic ring is money at this point. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, and I guess narratively it's also satisfying for Jamka to get this kill, because Sandema killed Jamka's dad, so Jamka just summarily executes him. And this is the first hint we get of the sort of dark cult that's been controlling everyone as opposed to complex politics. It's just, hey, we want to revive an evil dragon like every Fire Emblem game. Anyway, I'm going to do some arena grinding off screen. Might record some of it, potentially, maybe. I don't know. We will see. Okay, I haven't seen this yet, but because I got to the final rank with Ira, who's supposed to be all about overkill combat, I thought I would watch it on camera and see if she can actually beat the final arena boss of her joining chapter with just her base stats. Which, obviously, it's RNG dependent because... Oh, yep, Astra. Well, an Astra where... An Astra where you miss 4 out of 5 fucking attacks. I mean, he has 37 hit on her, so she's probably going to win even without it, but... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Jesus Christ! Astra, where you attack 5 times and hit once. Oh my god, Ira! How? How? How did you do that? Bad unit. F tier. Alright, time to find out if Jamka is better than Ira. Because, once again, I have not seen this. And it just depends on luck and activating a bunch of skills and dodging low-hit attacks. But it kind of looks like Jamka might be better than Ira, which I think definitively proves that snipers are better than swordmasters in every context, in every Fire Emblem game. Oh, well, if you can... There we go. There we go. Proof that Will and Rebecca are better than Guy. Like and subscribe for more fantastic content. Toodaloo!